the third millennia, in a strange place known as the United States of America, a war was brewing. Brainwashed Marxist idiots in colleges across the nation clashed with equally brainwashed, anime-obsessed neo-Nazis. Starbucks windows were shattered, Dodge Challengers were totaled, and Muslims realized that rental vans were cheaper than plane tickets. Skinny, anemic millennials from coast to coast were hospitalized with life-changing injuries such as sprains and first-degree burns. And the heroic knights of 4chan rose up to defeat Shia LaBeouf and drive the evil villain into a descent towards a madness the likes from which he would never recover.
No, easy, hold on. Stop!
As the enemies of freedom destroy the cities that raised them. As America begins to resemble an Iron Maiden album come to life, two heroes have risen up to fight against the culture of utter madness and restore sanity the only way they know how.
What the fuck?
By refusing to take any of it seriously. Mersh.
Buzzin', what is up with Tarantino, man?
What?
What happened to him?
People say I got a real twisted sense of humor.
He looks like he should be on the back of a $10 bill.
Oh my God.
Royce Lopez.
I don't know what it is about him.
Hola, me llamo Royce.
Maybe I'm sick of hearing about him.
Yeah, I don't like hot hair.
Maybe it's his face. He's a punchable face.
You wouldn't download a pig, would you?
He's done nothing to me. He's probably a nice guy.
I don't care.
I don't know what it is about the guy.
Big Cranberry has been lying to you.
Bound forever by their mutual love of smoking marijuana, Simpsons references and affection towards Alex Jones, these two men have joined forces to bring you uncut news and opinions directly from the belly of the beast.
He looks like he should be flying a kite with a fucking key on it.
Brendan says he hasn't been able to use the N-word for a while. That's the source of his youth.
Saving Western civilization one childish dick joke at a time. Here they are, your new heroes of the Imperium, Mersh and Royce.
Welcome. Hi, everybody.
Hello.
It's Monday.
Hi, everybody.
How's everybody doing out there? It's Revenge of the Sis. It's your boys. What's up? What's going on? How we doing? How's the stock market?
Dude, if you guys aren't buying the dip, you're stupid. All these people that, I was laughing today because I remember when when Mersh and I first started doing these shows together back when it was called The Fifth Circle. Very edgy.
Very edgy.
Very edgy. We were doing shows around the same and I posted it, by the way, if your locals are a Patreon member, it's up there and you can listen to it, that old episode. During Occupy Wall Street. And man, I remember Occupy Wall Street, and I remember this, fuck the stock market, I hope it crashes. We are the 99. Remember we are the 99%? Mm-hmm. These hedge fund managers. And now to see not like different people, the same people just be like, how dare you go after Chase Bank? How fucking up the stock market?
Mm-hmm. I'd like to point out
how dare you?
What I love about
I think it's hilarious.
What I love thinking back to those days is, right, like I was dead broke. You weren't dead broke, but
I wasn't doing great.
You were broke. You didn't have stocks, and you weren't.
I was living in Miramar. I wasn't doing great.
What I'm saying is, we was all broke. We were in our 20s, and we were all broke, right? And I remember the Occupy Wall Street shit happening, and we were covering it. And even though we were broke, like 20-somethings, we still were like so pro corporation back then. We're like, fuck you, hippie homos, whatever, you little douchebags, and we were going after them hard. Now, the irony is, we're all these years later, now we have stocks, we want to make more money, and we're like, no, you know what? Burn it all to the ground. Burn it all, even mine. You can keep mine too. Burn all mine with it. But it's burn it all. Like, I don't know why, if we're just contrarians or what, but it's like, back then we had no reason to root for the corporations, and now we have every reason to not want them to burn to the ground. And
here's the truth. It's like that episode of Always Sunny. We're just like two ships just crossed in the night. We did this.
With the weapons, when they switch stances.
Now I'm pro-gun, now I'm anti-gun.
It's just, I don't know what it is, man. It may be just a contrarian nature, but it's just funny how it makes no sense.
No, you know why? I'll tell you why. I'll give you a logical answer. Because back then, the post 9/11 era is what I call it.
The good old days.
The good old days.
So I call it.
Yeah. The post 9/11 days, you and I had something in common. We were both very Ron Paul-y libertarian kind of dudes. That was always our thing. Like, leave us the fuck alone. We're going to do whatever we want kind of shit, right? And we thought in our stupid heads that corporations would run the same. Everyone would be in small businesses and corporations, and everybody would be on an equal playing field. Because you know what? That's how capitalism works, dude.
We honestly knew that let's just say the small-headed fellas were in charge, but we openly embraced it.
Yeah.
And we actually back then were like, what wonderful bosses. We get 2 days off a week.
Nice.
You know what I mean? Nice 401k. Everything was running smoothly. People could invest and buy homes.
Correct.
And we were like, hey, you know what? Those boys can run it as long as they want. We'll go kick the shit out of some Arab country every few years for you. You know? And it was a nice deal. And then people got greedy.
So then the corporations decided one day to. And by the way, it's not like people have to remember this. When conservatives were defending corporations, we're such cucks back then. When we were defending corporations, it's not like corporations were being right wing or left wing. They were actually being back then independent. There were corporations. There were the Michael Jordan, I call it. Republicans buy shoes too. They were down the middle. They didn't fucking pick sides. They sold shoes. They sold cereal. They did what they needed to do, right?
And their pandering was always disease related.
Correct. Yes.
Like it was always like, help us fight MS. And
Right.
Like, okay, that's fine.
Yes, exactly. We want to stop cancer in kids. Everybody agrees on that.
And then it became like, help us cut the penises off of children.
Right.
And we go, whoa, can we go back to MS? We haven't cured MS yet. We can still invest in that.
And then that happens. And then so Republicans were defending them. They saw the tides turning under Obama, basically, and they started slowly but surely becoming political. They started becoming political, and then they stopped being corporations. Some of these corporations were literally losing money so they could sell pride stuff. Target, Bud Light, like all these places were literally losing money. So you're like, wait a second, this isn't the Ron Paul libertarian businesses run. Yeah. This is like corporate crony capitalism. Even worse, not even corporate crony capitalism, government-funded corporate crony capitalism, where it was never a fair shake. And if you don't fucking believe it, the reason that we became these people that you're seeing on the screen, or at least understand it, is because under COVID, they shut down every small business and only these big corporations go around. There's like Chase and Bank of America gave the customer information of anybody that was near the D.C. area the 3 days around January 6th.
When you think of Chase, don't think of foreclosing on servicemen while they're overseas.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly. So that's kind of what happened. They fucked up. It's not that we are just we are contrarians, but they fucked up their end of the deal, which was like, dude, just stay being a business. But you don't want to be that anymore. You were Why are we not defending banks anymore? Because they were shutting people's payment processors down.
Yeah, we bailed you out in 2008, and then you repaid us by freezing truckers' bank accounts and going through people's fucking DC records on fucking J6, even if they were just stopping in town for a cup of coffee.
Right. So that's what happened. That's the reality of the situation, because everything is like, this isn't one of these like capitalism. I believe in capitalism. It's the best system we fucking have. But this isn't that.
Yeah, but I believe in capitalism too. Capitalism in the sense that, like, for instance, they mint coins, right? That I get, or some kind of other currency that are made in denominations of certain metals. And then we can go to each other, and I'll give you some of my metal pieces, and you'll come to my house and mow my lawn. And then when I'm fixing the cars and you need your car fixed, you'll come over and give me pieces of metal. I'll fix your car. But those metals keep us going.
Hold on, but the problem is that lawyer down the street keeps clipping it, and they get smaller.
They have ridges, sir. That's why all coins have ridges.
That's their noses. It's not their fault. It's genetic. Jesus, Mercer's being like really racist lately.
Dude, I mean, think about the fact that historically speaking, because of one group of people, we had to
YouTube.
Yeah, we're fine.
I'm just saying,
In general.
because of a group of people, it's funny historically that we had to literally add ridges to coins. That's funny to me. You can say that.
No, that is kind of funny.
The other day, I seen this metal worker dude who was doing a video on making his own coins and like making the die and everything, and he didn't put ridges on it. And I just commented, "No ridges, not gonna make it."
Nope. When I see an old Roman coin, I just go, "Oh, you poor naive bastards."
Have you ever seen a fucking Roman coin that's actually a circle?
No.
I've never
Which is
seen
hilarious.
one. I've never seen
There's a
one.
straight line on at least every.
You know,
fucking marks.
You guys are.
I admire it, to be honest with you, dude.
guys, we're a land of laws, and our Roman culture will persevere overall.
And then we ended up with Italians. See how well that worked out for everybody. And then we ended up with growing up Italian. Hey, we used to control the world. Now we're fat, overweight mafioso wannabes who talk about pizza all the time. Jesus fucking Christ.
Maybe fucking our slaves wasn't so cool.
Nah, it's still kind of cool.
It's pretty based. It's pretty based.
The pause.
I mean, Thomas Jefferson, out of all things, was a cool dude.
Yeah.
Okay,
You're not going to hear me bitching about fucking slaves, not with my proclivities.
How dare he?
You think I wouldn't have been running around the plantation? I would have been a problem.
Yeah, Laura Loomer would have saved them from that, but he denied her.
Dude, I seen this post on Poll the other day that was just this hot black chick, and it just the fucking thread was called, "Your ancestors used to be able to buy these."
No, but Mersh couldn't have been alive back then because he would have been sneaking in there and teaching some 23-year-old one how to read so he could write her love letters.
Yeah, I taught her how to read, and I would have gotten fucking killed.
Yeah, that's a good point. Yeah. Well, that ends the miscegenating part of our show. So now I guess we'll move on to something a little more. Guys, these are just jokes.
Yeah, we're just having fun.
They're just jokes. We're having a good time.
We're just having fun because somebody has to. In this fucking day and age.
I made it to our Black People Twitter because of my Jordan Peele tweet.
I saw that. Congratulations.
Yeah, that's really cool. It's actually really, really nice.
It's always funny how
The problem is I checked out the page at like 9 a.m. and nobody was awake yet, so I haven't seen any comments. But I'll let you know how it goes.
It's always funny though how when they don't want to give this prick credit, they crop him out. But as soon as it's time to give him blame, they always make sure to leave the name in there.
Royce Lopez, here's his address. What?
When it's funny, they just steal it. When they're mad at you, they're like Royce Lopez.
I'm like, God damn it. But yeah, whatever, it's fine. But the funny part is, black women all agreed with me, which was because they right. Why aren't they marrying black queens and stuff like that? It was a lot of that. Look, by the way, guys, I know the stock market is crashing, but unless you're like a day trader, it really shouldn't affect you because the reason you should be happy right now is because it's making people like this lose their mind.
I went super viral when I said I lost $7 million. I'd kill to be back to losing $7 million. I haven't even looked. If I had to guess, I'm down in these last 3 days, probably close to 20. I don't know, like
$20 isn't a lot. Why is he so mad?
Yeah, dude.
Again, it's temporary, Dave.
10-15% of my net worth, poof. But I'm still here.
Like your relationships in Louisville.
Okay, hold on. He lost 10% of his net worth, and that was $20 million. So
let's do some math. Hold on, let's do some math here.
let's times 20 by 9.
Hey, Dave. Hey, Dave. You're fine.
Yeah, but I mean that is rough. I mean, when you think about it, right? None of us lost $20 million.
No,
in his defense.
But I want to remind people of something, okay? Dave sold Barstool Sports for $44 million. I want to say
something like that
to an investment company, to some sort of sports betting company, right? They turns out because laws changed, couldn't do anything with it. They sold it back to him for $1. So he still has the company and $44 million.
Pretty sweet deal.
Please don't feel sorry.
So
for
you're
Dave
up $24 million
just
from those two deals.
And he's still afraid of Alex Stein.
Yeah, you're shook, aren't you?
Yeah.
I don't get the Alex Stein thing because Stein is one of those guys that like is easily confrontable.
Yeah.
Because Alex is nice. If you just go to Alex and go like, "Hey man, what's your fucking problem?" Like Alex will fold. Like Alex isn't like gonna go like, fuck you, you fucking.
No,
you
that's a good
Like,
point.
if Dave Portnoy said,
That's actually
"Yeah,
true.
Alex, come on my show, bro. Let's have a beer and let's just talk it out," right? Alex wouldn't be coming in, kicking trash cans over and burning the place down. So, Dave, you kind of look like a bitch here.
Yeah, and honestly, you're Mr. Content King. It'd be fucking great for everybody in this. Why wouldn't you do it?
I don't know, like 10, 15% of my net worth, poof. But I'm still here. That's the game. Am I crying? Am I like, oh, whoa?
Yes,
me.
you're
I'm
literally
doing it right now, bro.
You're doing it right now.
Wish I voted for
fucking crybaby.
Kamala. No. Do I wish this didn't go down like this? Yes. Am I in this to make money? Yes.
Can I ask them? Did any of us not see this coming? And I don't mean when Trump was talking about tariffs and all. I'm talking about before he got elected. Did we not know if Trump got elected that he was going to pull the e-brake on a bunch of fucked up things in the government that were in fact going to cause us, a couple of us, to probably bump our heads on the fucking dashboard? You know what I mean? Like,
here's the thing. I was ready for this. So, and if you knew this was coming and you didn't prepare for it, I don't know what to tell you here. Like, this isn't one of these stock market crashes that people go, "What happened?" This is one of those where it was like, this is like a hurricane. If you're still living on the beach and you have a week's warning, it's your fault. Fuck off, right? Like, you decided not to leave.
You didn't put up one board.
Yeah.
Like, you just didn't do anything. And everybody do. We live in Florida. We know both groups of people. There are the people that get everything all ready for the fucking storm and whatever. And then there's the people that are like, yeah, it's like whatever, dude. It's like fucking. There's like the people that live in trailer parks where some people's like lawn shit will blow away, but other people's lawn shit will blow into their lawn, and everybody will just kind of call it even, and that's just how they live.
And again, I'm not even sitting here like in any way defending. It's not even I'm going like, oh, the tariffs are great. I don't know. Look, listen, maybe they are, maybe they aren't, but we got to do something because we were over the barrel to all these fucking countries for the longest That's a fact. We were talking about that before even Trump. They fuck us because we're the big fat dairy cow tit.
I know why I know why the tariffs are the right thing in the end, and I can tell you why. Because the same people that we all agree that we all hate and don't trust and always have bad takes and always end up being wrong. Your Ben Shapiro's, you know what I mean? You're like all those types that come out and go, or the Cernovich is like, just wear a mask, you fucking idiot. You know, everybody that was wrong during the unpleasantness of 2020, everybody who was wrong about everything leading up to now, they now say that this is a bad thing. That's enough for me to go, oh, okay, all the worst people I know are lock stock against this right now, so I'm gonna trust it.
No, and that's a really good point. Somebody in the YouTube chat said, like, most people live paycheck to paycheck, but we just feel sorry for this rich ass. That's the truth. That's the other thing that kind of changed, I think, a lot with and that's why the voting base changed so much. Like, the Republican Party is the new working class party, guys. I hate to break it to you, but like and it's their own fault for telling fucking coal miners to learn to code. Like, you isolated these union workers and all these people that normally would have been on your side. You told them to go fuck themselves. You told them, hey, you're not by the water. We don't need to give a shit about you.
You did tell them to go fuck themselves. And we all agree, that's not very nice.
No, you know what? It's actually not nice. Not good politics.
Makes you a real stinker.
Yeah. But the truth is, like, Mersh and I have been to enough places where you could really tell, like, Austin's a great example of people that you could see live in a bubble. And there are places where if you don't, Napa's another one, where if you don't leave it, you think your world is like drag shows and stuff like that, and it's
everyone's like you.
Not that, dude. It's not that. There's a lot of places that are not like that.
A lot of America, especially if you look at the map and how spread out it is, a lot more of America are actually like little dive bars where all you can do is play darts.
Thank you.
and smoke cigarettes. You know what I mean? That's a big part of America, and you guys just don't realize that's still a big swath of it.
You want to know what America is? Pull up Hog's Breath Saloon any day of the week. That's what real America is. And you're right. Like, there's a lot of people that are living paycheck to fucking paycheck. Like, this is like, sorry that now I'm the Occupy Wall Street guy. But you know what, Mersh? I heard Coldplay was going to be here, and we're going to stay. We're going to stay for clocks. We're going to stay for clocks.
That is a great early memory. Do we have we have that?
It's up on the locals and on the Patreon. That whole episode.
Do we have that on the Spreaker?
It can be. I will upload it
because that's a classic bit. We started a rumor that because everyone was, so we had this guy, our buddy Derek, was down there like with a phone talking to people at Occupy while we were interviewing them. And because when they were listening on the phone, you know, it sounds like we're on mics. It sounds like they're on with a real show. They don't know we're a podcast.
We had a pretty good setup for that long ago.
And yeah, exactly. So people thought they were on the air with like a radio show. So he put us on the phone with randos, and we would say all this like wild shit to him. And Derek was actually ballsy. He was saying like real out of pocket shit to these people. And I'm like, you're physically there. You should probably chill. But as we were talking to people, we got this bit going where every time we ended with somebody, we would start a rumor that Coldplay was going to be playing at the park later.
Yeah.
And like we told enough people that we got a rumor started at Occupy that everybody was like, isn't Coldplay playing? I heard from a bunch of different people that Coldplay was playing.
Now, we still do this quote to this day, like we still do it every time Coldplay comes on or whatever. We got somebody on the phone, and we got somebody on the phone, and then I was like, yeah, no, we heard that like Coldplay's gonna be there. You gonna stay for that? He's like, no, I'm probably gonna leave. And then Mersh says,
I was like, oh yeah, well, you're not even gonna stay for clocks.
And for some reason, that fucking murdered me. And the guy's like, nah.
Oh fuck, man! Back in the day when there was just nothing to worry about.
Yeah,
and
it was just
It
fun.
was just like, we're doing this just to fuck with people.
That was fun. And by the way,
there was no getting canceled or fucking losing accounts back then.
We weren't even super political back. We weren't political at all back then. We just thought it was funny.
No, Occupy to us was just a big loud thing that we were like, yeah, how do we go fuck with this thing?
It was very funny. Yeah.
Like we don't care.
God, that was great. I don't remember that. Let's Miami Muff goes, I remember. You're so old. Well, you can hear it.
What is about Jensen that you specifically have a concern?
Okay, so Jensen, this new Jensen guy was just named head of the Washington, D.C. field office, okay, by Kash Patel. That's who you need to know who we're talking about, okay? There's a new head of FBI.
What is about Jensen that you specifically have a concern about of him even being in the orbit of getting a job, particularly as big? People should understand the Washington field office of the FBI is, I think, even more powerful than the New York FBI. And those are the two major field offices. What is it about Jensen that concerns you that he's even on the list of possibilities of having this immensely powerful role?
He was a key figure in this domestic terror push against January 6ers. Mm-hmm. According to testimony before the House, he treated them all as terrorists and was one of the key instigators in pushing.
He said in his quote was, I don't give a fuck, they're all terrorists to me.
The narrative within the bureaucracy that these folks needed to be jailed and ferreted out. And he also was instrumental in implementing, to the degree it was implemented, the targeting of parents for going to their school boards.
That was him.
And remember,
can I say something?
That's even worse than the J6 thing.
Thank you, because that's what I was going to say. I was like, the J6 thing is an instant red flag, but that's like a double red flag. That is, we can all agree, worse than going after J6ers.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
The J6ers, maybe you could see a little bit of edited footage and go, oh my God, that was a riot. They killed cops, whatever. But like, the parents were literally just saying, don't cut my kid's dick off, bro. And they were literally getting like files opened on them. That's infinitely worse.
The targeting of parents.
Is he also the one that helped go after the Catholic Church?
I don't know. You know what? Watch.
For going to their school boards. And remember, Attorney General Garland suggested they should be treated as terrorists and domestic threats as well. And so it's this approach that presumably was rejected last year, and yet he gets elevated to this key position. And again, for all I know, maybe he's a good guy and we're all misinterpreting.
If everything you're saying is true, sir, that does not sound like the makings of a good guy.
But I see what he's doing here.
Covering his ass.
Yeah, he's covering his ass, but it's like in that he really front loaded all the negative and then went, no, but I mean, maybe he's a nice guy. I don't know. But he knows what he's doing. He's covering his ass, but nobody after that whole thing thinks he's a nice guy.
Interpreting it. But what I am not seeing out of the FBI yet, and what I'm not seeing in the Justice Department yet, is a radical remaking or even talking about it that we've seen with USAID.
I kept hearing about Cash coming saying he was going to dismantle the FBI, but it kind of feels like it's business as usual, because to even go a little more than that, where are all these FBI agents that started all these riots on January 6th? Where are they?
Well, to be fair, and I'm a big user. I love X, formerly known as Twitter. And I'm pretty sure Dan Bongino said to trust the plan.
Okay.
We've seen with the Department of
I don't know if that makes me feel better. Actually makes me concerned.
Education. And
I'm
there's nothing
actually
the FBI
more worried now.
I'm more worried, I think. Yeah.
Is doing that another federal agency or local or state law enforcement can't.
And then I saw somebody coping saying that's so they could keep an eye on him. I go, yeah, we should pay tax dollars to the guy who tried to arrest parents for going to the sin of going to a school board meeting.
Why do we need to employ him to keep an eye on him? Can't we just, use the guys that he works with that literally their job is to keep an eye on people?
Yeah, that would be great.
I'm keeping my enemies even closer. Well, fucking maybe you shouldn't. Like me personally, I like to keep my enemies as far. It's like the most cliche phrase ever. Keep your friends close, but your enemies closer. No, I like to keep my enemies very far away from me. Out of my inner circle.
Across a big, beautiful ocean.
Or at least a moat with a crocodile in it. The nuclear crocs from South Florida.
The 3-shot TK says, "Sup boys, 1 year ago today I got to meet y'all during Mania weekend, and it made my whole time, I'm so sorry, it made my whole time much more fun. Been down with you two for 5 years now. Here's a continued success." Tim, that's 3-shot Tim. Oh, yeah, 3. What's up? Yeah, I remember meeting you, man. What's up? That was fun.
Tim's fun, man.
Yeah, we're going to Vegas. We're going to Vegas WrestleMania this year, so that's going to be fun.
Tim's a good egg.
Yeah. Tom Rose Mercedes, so lefties are pissed that Trump is essentially taxing the rich. Weird how that happened. That's true. Oh, God, he's right. Hold on. I didn't even think about that. That's very funny.
Well, I don't know if you know why. Because all the lefties are rich.
Oh. Gates off above. Yeah, who the hell didn't prepare for this? By the way, can you give me all the money that I donated back? No, sorry. No refunds. They did ask Trump about the European Union, and this is pretty funny.
Can you say, did you agree to lowering tariffs for any of the countries that you spoke to today? So
what you understand, Jennifer, you have to understand this. We have massive surplus countries that we're dealing with. We have massive deficits. We've got to straighten that out because you can't continue to be that way. It's been that way for years now, and it can't go on any longer. And we're the piggy bank. We have all the advantages. Forget markets for a second. We have all the advantages. We're going to straighten out. We're going to become a wealthy.
This is the kind of, because we always give Trump. This is the kind of stuff that Trump is good at.
What, like actually like standing up for fucking something he's doing that people are screaming at him about right now?
Yeah.
Like he'll actually open up the window and talk to
and
people
be like,
that are screaming at him
listen,
as opposed to hiding in his bunker.
Exactly.
His fake Oval Office.
He'd be like, yeah, bring it. Bring it. I don't care. I'll do what I want. And I was like, sometimes this is like especially when it's something Trump knows about, like making deals and shit like this. Look, you like Trump or hate Trump, you do not be, lefties just think is, you don't become a real estate tycoon in New York City if you're bad with numbers. You just don't. It's impossible. And bad at making deals. You have to be good at it. Whether you like him or hate him, because they kept going, oh, it's because his daddy gave him money. It's like, even if your daddy gave you money, being a real estate tycoon in New York City is very difficult.
There's a bunch of rich kids whose daddies gave them money. They didn't do shit in life.
Now they live on a boat in Key West.
They're like, I'm very oxy content right now.
Exactly. Exactly. My dad lets me live in whatever house he's not staying at.
And we're the piggy bank. We have all the advantages. Forget markets for a second. We have all the advantages. We'll get it straight out. We're going to become a wealthy nation again. Wealthy like never before. And we're not going to let other nations that have been ripping us off, whether it's China or the European Union, with all of the European nations.
This line was good. I like this line.
That have just made, it's been like a feast. Look, the European Union was formed for one reason. You know what that was? To rip off the United States. So put that in your bonnet.
He's right. He's 100% right.
I'm sorry.
He said put that in your bonnet. Put that in your bonnet.
In 2025.
Hell yeah, dude. I'm saying that too.
Did
Bring it
Donald
back.
Trump just bring back, put that in your bonnet?
I loved it. It's back. I'm going to start saying that. That's a great
So,
line.
frankly, put that in your bonnet.
I thought he was going to say, put that in your pipe and smoke it.
Now,
Put
if
it up
you'll
your
excuse
butthole.
me, I need to 23 skidoo. Ha cha cha.
Put that in your bonnet.
Put a little bee in your bonnet.
He right there. I backed up a little bit. Right there's where he thought of the line too. Look at his face. Look how smug he is. He thought of the line right there.
Look, the European Union was formed for one reason. You know what that was? To rip off the United States. So put that in your bonnet. I hope you had a good flight.
Okay, that's
really funny.
Look, that's the fun stuff I like about Trump. See, that's the fun Trump stuff that I like. That put that in your bonnet. That's
Look, man, even if he doesn't go down as the best president in history, he will go down as the most fun.
No.
And the most interesting.
He's already the best president in history because he's the most fun.
Mm-hmm. Although, look, I hate to admit this, every once in a while, I do miss Biden. Not anything he was doing in the country, but I do kind of just miss old Biden on TV.
Well, then you're going to love this.
Hey, what the heck? I'm running a whole world.
You're going to love this then.
The 2024 presidential campaign was even more of a mess for Democrats than we even saw.
No.
You guys, if you guys are about to talk about Biden's mental state after we play clip after clip of you on this show saying he was great.
Mm-hmm. Denying reality right before your eyes.
Joy, you're the only person who didn't see it. Y'all are the only people who didn't see it.
And here's the thing, Virgie. They did. They're just liars.
According to several new books about the last
And
few
besides,
months.
honestly, we can all understand that none of the women from The View are psychics, okay? If that were the case, then Sunny Hostin could have warned her husband that those indictments were coming
Okay,
down.
okay, that's true. But then why does Whoopi Goldberg look like Miss Cleo?
Okay, that's a great point. And she was a psychic in Star Trek.
She was, that's right.
Or whatever. I don't know if she was a psychic.
She was.
What was her deal?
Guyana? No, she could like sense. I don't know, man. I don't remember how that works. I don't really remember, dude.
Of the election.
Her name was Guyana?
Guyan.
Okay.
They're writing books about it now. In one book, Biden advisor Ron Klain claimed
Yeah,
there was a
because
lot
she
of
looked like a Guyane. What?
Come on, man. She was in Sister Act 2. Back in the Habit.
I was trying to. God damn it! I was trying to think of the fucking.
By the way, everyone does
Yeah.
does Electric Boogaloo and Rise of the Machines. When you do sequels, start
You
adding
should do
Back in the Habit. Back in the
That's a
Habit's
fun
good.
one.
Back in the Habit's good. Oh, Mersh, I have an idea for a movie, and I think as soon as I say it, you're going to agree with me for this month's riff. I have an idea for a movie.
Oh, yeah.
Boat Trip. Horatio Sands,
The
Cuba Gooding
Cuba
Jr.
Gooding Jr. gay movie?
boat. Yep.
The gay boat.
Roger
The gay
Moore
boat,
being
yep.
gay.
Wait. It's not gay month, though.
Yes, it is.
I thought that was in July or June.
Oh, June. Okay, you know what?
Can we put that on
Guys,
for...
June, we will be doing Boat Trip.
Yeah, I think they just...
You're right. It is June. It's not May. It's June. Okay, yes.
To
Pride
stick
Month.
with the theme.
I agree.
So
I agree.
I don't know what the theme would be for April.
What is April? What is it? I mean, I guess April Fools. Nothing really happens in April that, I mean, Easter happens in April?
We can watch it. We can watch a terrible religious flick.
We did that already. We watched.
I know. We did so many of those.
Yeah.
Does Nick Data have a sex tape? We could watch that.
Yeah, I'll watch it. Is that an Easter? But just send it to me. I need to scan it. What do we? No, it's just not a big deal. What do we? Percy, why are you making it weird? Shut up.
Get off the joke.
Because now I'm thinking about it. I'm thinking about it. You fucking asshole. Anyway, what was I saying? I completely forgot. Now
Real Genius.
Should we watch Real Genius?
Hell yeah, let's watch Real Genius.
All right, what about
Val Kilmer's made some bad ones. Can we watch a? We could watch a bad Val Kilmer film and
hold on, hear me out.
Have we watched? Hold on. We have watched the Clooney Batman. Have we watched the Val Kilmer Batman?
No, we've never watched that.
I was gonna suggest, since we can't do Real Genius, what about Young Einstein with Yahoo Serious?
No, I watched that movie so much. It was on Comedy Central like all the time.
You couldn't? Was your remote broken or something?
No.
Because I remember it being on a lot too. I would just change the channel.
What else?
Like, I guess I'm watching music videos right now or something.
Pop-up video wasn't on. Like
storytellers.
Wait, I got one. What's the movie Val Kilmer where he was a blind hockey player? That one.
Biodome.
Daredevil.
I thought that was Real Genius.
Slapshot.
I hate the Mighty Ducks. No, it was Mighty Ducks 2 Back in the Habits. Oh, fuck. This show sucks.
Yeah.
He just said, yeah.
Yeah.
What are you gonna do, man? What the fuck you gonna do at this point?
Rich762 says, "Sup N-words? Fuck you, Virgie."
It's hurtful.
Okay, let's keep playing this video, please. Come on, guys. It's a real show.
I mean, Rich made headway last night, but I guess
The 24 presidential campaign was even more of a mess for Democrats than we even saw. According to several new books about the last few months of the election, they're writing books about it now.
Someone said The Naked Gun. Naked Gun's a good movie. Listen,
We're not doing. The whole point of the riffs is that we torture ourselves.
Because here's the problem with Naked Gun. You know what'll happen? We'll all stop talking and just start laughing at Leslie Nielsen.
Yeah.
It won't work.
Yeah, no, I would be shushing people.
Yeah, I'd be like,
if
shut
that
up.
movie
Watch
was
this
on.
part.
Shut
Watch
up.
this part. He's about to punch.
Hey, I got an idea.
He's about to punch the queen. Just watch.
This is totally random, out of the blue, but it's something I haven't seen it in a while. I don't remember it, and I know it's bad. It might be fun. Hudson Hawk.
Oh, I love that movie. I fucking love that movie. It's so bad.
Is that Bruce
I
Willis?
don't know why.
So bad.
With Bruce Willis singing the blues and being like a thief.
Yeah, it's fucking terrible, dude.
Okay, real quick.
They,
Hold on. How long is it? That's a big thing.
It's short, dude. It's got to be short. It's like an hour.
100 minutes.
What?
Hold on. 100
Yeah.
minutes. Okay, so that's not bad. That's an hour. That's,
Do you want
that's
me to
short.
send you
That's
a
easy.
trailer?
Yeah. I remember
hold
that,
on.
dude. This is something that I kind of like
I
an
don't
art.
know
Like,
how
wait.
it's
Was he like an
here.
art? Was he like an art thief or something?
Yeah.
He's a cat burglar.
Let me describe Hudson Hawk for you. It's a movie where Bruce Willis steals Da Vinci's fucking art like pieces.
I got it.
So that they
Check
can
it out.
they
I
can
still got my hair.
And my mind.
Hey, what is that? Girls, can I ask you a question? How do I look?
Like a fraternity thing?
I just got out of jail yesterday. I didn't want to steal anything. I didn't want to go to Europe. All I wanted was a cappuccino.
He's even doing too much Bruce Willis in this Bruce Willis voice, right? This is like moonlighting.
You still think you're the greatest cat burglar that ever lived?
You are one hell of a thief.
Hudson Hawk is...
What the fuck is wrong with this guy?
That's what guys looked like back then.
Does everyone look like that back then?
Yeah.
Oh man, that's weird.
Evil man.
It's like you ever look at if you have like a sibling who's like much older than you and you look at their yearbook or you look at like your aunt's yearbook and everybody in there looks super old.
They'll
and
look
weird.
40.
Yeah.
Yeah, they look 40.
Look who's in it. She was. I love her. She was awesome in Groundhog's Day.
Oh yeah, she's Andy McDowell.
I'm just some guy that's good at swiping stuff.
She's a guy that's good at swiping stuff.
This
Hey,
is good.
yo.
This is good.
Off a castle in the middle of Italy, and you're asking me how you look.
Okay. okay? You don't gotta get tacky about it.
You look gorgeous. You look like
This movie's what I call, this is cool. It's real cool.
I can tell by the saxophone music, dude, that it's cool.
Yeah, this looks like a good.
Buongiorno. Yeah, buongiorno. Maybe you can help me. I'm being blackmailed into robbing the Vatican by a psychotic American corporation and the CIA.
I don't.
You don't speak English? You have very beautiful eyes for a man.
You had to say for a man because you don't want to be gay.
Yeah, you
man.
don't want
We'll
people
watch
to
Hudson Hawk.
think you're fucking queer back then, not especially when you're a leading man.
I don't really care about the view thing, so I want to play this instead.
Back to those protests, and they
Fair
took
enough.
over parts.
You played 20 seconds of the View thing.
I
We never
couldn't-
got to the point.
Bro,
we
Joy,
completely
it's just
stopped
she's so. Joy Bear is like so like just off-putting. You know what I mean?
Isn't it better? But isn't it better when you think about it to just basically dismiss them?
Yeah, I'm done with fuck them.
That actually makes us cooler. The fact that you're like, anyway, bitch, I don't even know what you're talking about. We're
even
moving
do it.
on.
Yeah, unlike Bill Burr, who's went on there and sucked their clits for an hour. Fucking pussy.
To those protests, and they took over parts of the city
Joy
today. A
Behar's
massive
clit looks like the nose of a fucking turkey vulture.
With the turkey the turkey like
Yeah, with the hanging things.
Yeah, and but
The
with
waddles.
the beak too.
God. Her pussy has stalactites.
Oh.
Back to those protests, and they took over parts of.
She has a lot of money, so I still like Mike Mersh.
The city today. A massive.
What are we, 4 years old now?
No, I learned that I was 10 when I learned that, dickhead.
Protests, and they took over parts of the city today. A massive turnout shut down parts of Midtown this afternoon.
Stop abducting people. Is that one of the signs? Stop abducting people.
Yeah, have you tried not abducting people, bro?
Midtown this afternoon. Zania Maldonado spoke to people protesting the Trump administration's actions on tariffs, government downsizing, the economy,
Maldonado's not going to be biased at all.
Well, let's see.
human rights, and more.
Bro, so like basically.
Hundreds of thousands of New Yorkers took to the streets.
Sorry, it's only in my right ear because this is a professional news outlet from New York.
No, why would we expect anything less by now?
The bare minimum is stereo. The bare minimum.
Midtown
That's been the
protesting
standard since like 1962.
Dude.
against several recent policy changes under President Donald Trump's administration. Kicking off at Bryant's.
A lot of these fucking hoes are recording their voiceovers on like their fucking Apple voice notes.
It's actually getting to where we've been saying this for years, and I still think like my theory stands up. As we know, they've been laying people off, cutting money down, and like we've been saying this for years, there's no money in like going to work for the local news. Like they don't pay you well. It's not a great job. If you think they're getting underpaid, so are the editors. So they cut back. They're using freelancers now. So yeah, like you said, they
hire interns from like Full Sail, like for real, and that's who they do it.
And they know they're getting a thing on their resume, but they're not going to put enough effort into the work when they're not really getting paid for it. And like you said, even the journalists are like, yeah, we were here yesterday, blah, blah, blah. And then you just send a voice file.
Yeah, and then they send it to the editors. And even if they're really good editors, what do you do with that?
Yeah.
Park
I guess this story.
Demonstrators gathered
garbage
along Fifth Avenue with signs in hand, marching to.
Oh no, guys! These people aren't going to vote for Trump. Cares?
We'll be fine.
Madison Square Park. The hands-off protest Saturday drawing crowds concerned about government downsizing, economic inequality, and threats to human rights.
Quite frank. I will say, Alan, I think it was Alan Cover, was like, "Oh no, Chicago will never have a Republican mayor again."
Well, a lot of people, because everybody's making that statement unironically right now because of Trump.
Oh,
in the
yeah.
markets. Everybody's like, oh, yeah, we're not going to have another Republican for years. And everybody's showing, like, pictures of Reagan when he did tariffs.
Oh, yeah,
and,
yeah.
the graphs afterwards. And they're like, and we never had another Republican again.
President again.
Frankly, it's not just us here. It's what's happening in the world.
Many of those we spoke with say this is a bigger turnout than any.
Oh, yeah. By the way, that's not black, though.
Not if you would have asked my grandfather.
But, yes, okay, by those standards, black. By modern standards, very dark-skinned Hispanic girl, but getting very dangerously close to Afro Latina, but just short of it.
Than anybody expected, and they're all marching for different reasons.
I'm actually representing the United Federation of Teachers.
Oh, really? Okay, I'm sorry. Do they work for Starfleet?
Man, may I? Boo!
More like the United Federation of No More Department of Education.
Bye.
And we
no
are
more
very,
union if you keep this up.
very upset about the cuts to
You
the
look
Board of
like you
Education.
got dropped off at a pediatric cancer ward and they never came back to pick you up.
Jesus.
She looks like she's been living in a hospital for a year during a zombie apocalypse.
Women's rights at the moment.
Oh no, white guy with Indian girl. I've seen how this works out.
Pregnant. In case anything happens to me, I want to make sure that
You become the vice president. That's how it works out.
I'm able to have the right care. Losing on money
Oh no.
or 401ks for retirement.
Okay, first off, you're not. That's okay, guys. 401ks are long-term investments. Okay, so they go up and down. They ebbs and flows. Markets have crashed before. It's just I don't know if you guys have ever lived in the past.
Name one time that's ever
Bro,
happened.
like 2020. So like markets crash all the time. Okay.
You don't even have to go back 10 years.
2020, 2008,
Yeah, keep going.
1999,
They have
the
crashed all
dot-com bubble.
There was this little hiccup in 2012.
Yeah, that whatever happened there.
Your 401k is fine, ma'am. You'll be fine. I promise.
Black Monday, whatever happened there.
Tired people. We don't work anymore. You just don't get that back.
The more than 1,500 hands-off nationwide protests were organized.
Oh, so I'm sorry. What Free Palestine? Did they just scream Free Palestine? What does that have to do with 401k? I'm just curious. What does it have to do with it?
Nationwide protests were organized.
Because 401ks are oppressing Palestine.
See, Betsy's allowed to say that.
He didn't say anything, though. That's the beauty of it. He's very smart. That could have stood for anything, guys.
Yep.
By more than 150 groups, including civil rights
No, only one thing.
organizations
How do you know he
such
doesn't
as
spell cool with a K?
He might. He is a cool cat.
ACLU.
New Yorkers are here today. Americans around the country are out.
Oh yeah, Chuck Schumer in a wig. I'm not falling for it.
Yeah,
I'm
oh my
not
God,
falling
it
for
really
Chuck
does.
Schumer in a wig. I'm not falling for it.
It does look like Chuck Schumer in a
Like a lot like
fucking
him.
wig.
I'm not falling for an animatronic spirit Halloween witch.
She does look like a cartoon witch.
Like
The one
a
that
cheap
shakes
one.
when you walk by.
Ha ha ha
But like,
ha
yeah,
ha.
a really cheap one from Party City.
Yes.
Say, no way.
No way, Jose.
Well, no, that's
Why-
that's what we're saying. We're saying no way, Jose. You gotta go back.
We're not going to give up.
We're not gonna take it. Oh, this is the dude from Twisted Sister.
That's not D. Snyder.
Look at the nose.
Without a fight.
All right, maybe it's D. Snyder.
D. Snyder.
It might be D. Snyder.
Leaders say slashed funding for Medicare and Medicaid, Social Security, and other programs working and middle-class Americans rely on are a major cause of concern. When asked about the protest, the White House said in a statement reading in part, President Trump's position is clear. He will always protect Social Security, Medicare, and Medicaid for eligible beneficiaries.
I don't care about that either, by the way.
Yeah, slash that too.
Give a fuck.
I like how the White House worded that for eligible beneficiaries because they want to change the eligibility.
Yeah.
Listen, hey, listen, old people that paid into the system, relax. We'll cover your dialysis.
Yeah.
When you don't have to worry.
Usain Maybach Saeed gave $20. He goes, I know AI is getting progressively better, but this shit is next level. Also pretty fucking funny. So he donated this. $20, we'll play it.
Guys that made this blocked me.
Ew.
I can't do it. I can't do this. Joe, look how cool fucking Elon and Trump are, dude. I can't.
If this was a joke, it would be really funny.
Dude, these are the same guys that did
This
the
is
ones
corny
where
as
it was
fuck.
like security footage of a convenience store of like presidential candidates robbing it. The Door Brothers are like, they're not even American. It's like, fucking, they blocked me.
Brandon Heath says Easter Sunday with Joe Coy. No. We already picked our movie. We're doing Hudson Hawk for Easter.
Yeah.
Which makes sense.
Oh yeah.
The greatest Bruce Willis film of all time.
Hudson
In my
Hawk.
opinion.
Hudson Hawk is an Easter movie. Everyone knows that. If Die Hard is a Christmas movie, Hudson Hawk is an Easter movie.
you
Okay.
imagine trying to make it-
Here's interviewing one of the people at the protest.
All you have to do is look at the polls, look at the elections. Trump has his highest approval rating yet right now. Seriously?
Yeah, no, he does actually.
No. So what parts of the federal cuts that Elon Musk is
Now I'm listening to this voice. Who's this person?
making are you against? Everything. You're against them finding the fraud in like Social Security. What? There is no fraud.
There's no fraud. By the way, that's always the funniest thing to me. You know, it's one thing to say, hey, you know, I don't believe there's much fraud or whatever, right? But when you say such sweeping statements as there's zero fraud in Social Security, it's like, that's not even possible. Even if Trump and Elon fixed everything tomorrow, right? There'd still be some fraud.
Because
and corrupt.
people,
Like, it's just-
because look, at the moment people are involved, fraud always happens in any system. This
her saying what fraud reminds me of the what murder. You ever see that clip? the John Gotti, when they were interviewing people in the 90s about John Gotti, and everyone in the neighborhood loved him, and they were like, "What about the murders?" And there was just that local fucking New York guy. What murder?
I'm concerned about the cuts to veteran care, to Social Security. I worked in Eastern Europe and was told to come home after the president put a 90-day hold on all foreign aid and assistance a couple of months ago.
Oh, so your problem is that you don't care about veterans.
Yeah. In fact,
You were getting a cushy USAID gig and you were living in Austria off of our money.
Cool.
What were you doing there? What were we paying for you to do in Austria?
I'm sure he was teaching some sort of gender binary nonsense.
All right. Well, listen, buddy. If you're not worried about this, I don't know what
Are these
to tell
the
you.
warriors we're fighting?
You ready to see the people that we're up against, boys? Get ready.
An affordable care is under attack. What do we say?
Okay. What was the chant?
An affordable care is under attack. What do we say?
Stop eating snacks. ICE equals Gestapo.
So man, all these people just like, this is how they spent their day, huh?
Mm-hmm.
So fucking lame.
I went to the beach.
Yeah.
That was nice.
That sounds much nicer. Actually.
It was Daytona, so it was okay.
Yeah, I'm not gonna lie. I was pretty lazy this weekend, but I just hung out, played video games. You know, I made some cat videos for my channel, smoked a little weed. Relaxing. I wouldn't do this though.
I went to Daytona and I figured out exactly what Daytona is and what it looks like and what its motif is, okay? Have you ever been to Daytona at nighttime?
Of course.
Okay. Tell me if I'm right about this. You walk, downtown area where all the lights are, and there's like, the other thing about Daytona, unlike other beach towns, there's like 3 strip clubs in like the main strip. Also, were like normal, like there's a strip club next to like a Coyote Ugly bar. It's wild, but their motif of Daytona is, and I mean this, it's an late '80s strip club. Like the color scheme, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
The color scheme, the look of everything. It's like 1989 strip club.
Daytona has not really updated its motif in a long time, and I think the reason is it's not that they can't afford it. I think they're afraid, like Hooters, to let go of the orange outfits and the old logo. I think I think now that Hooters is collapsing, Daytona has a perfect opportunity now to reinvent itself.
Call itself Hooters, Florida.
The white trash beach town of the future.
I love that. Hey, Chet Hanks will do the ribbon cutting.
There we go. And now we'll have like Cybertruck monster truck shows. Stuff like that,
that's kind of cool
Yeah.
though. If they're recharging a Cybertruck monster truck, I mean, probably take a lot of energy. It only runs for like 10 minutes and then dies.
Daytona, the beach of the future, where instead of stepping on cigarette butts on the beach, you step on vape cartridges.
Okay, to be fair, I almost got hit by 2 cars, but that's fine.
On the beach.
So then
By the way, on the beach.
Yes.
Daytona's
I'm
one of
sorry.
the places where
I forget people. Like, you're not from me, you don't know. You're allowed to drive on the beach in Daytona. It's, by the way,
It's
now I will
encouraged.
say, I had so much fucking fun.
You're the one that always.
Daytona
I want it
so much. No, I'm agreed.
I want it on the record, Your Honor. He's the one always shitting on Daytona.
Now that I have
on the
stayed
air.
at
I'm
both
always
places,
putting it over.
now that I stayed at both places, it's just our Virginia Beach.
It's Virginia Beach on steroids.
Yeah, no, it's probably a little more than that. You're right. I'm walking down the beach, and it's weird because you're going down like the main strip, and there's a really nice hotel that we stayed at, but then you keep walking down the beach, and then there's an abandoned hotel. And like on the beach side of the wall, there's graffiti on it and stuff. It looks just bad. But then you keep watching. There's a nice little beach place. Then there's another. Then I'm asking somebody like, "What's up with these hotels? Like, even if it's Daytona, this is prime property. Like, why aren't they scooping this up? Everyone's here." And they were like, "They want to, but the insurance companies won't pay, after the last storm, the last hurricane won't pay to fix the seawall." And they're like, and even the big hotel chains, they can't afford to fix the seawall themselves.
That sucks.
Can't do it. Because all the insurance companies are saying they will no longer cover any new construction on the beach,
even if they fix
right.
The
So then this town, to their credit, is trying, but they just can't build anything.
That sucks, man.
Yeah,
Daytona rules. It's such a little fun, trash, great place to fucking Like I'm telling you guys, if you ever have an excuse to come to Florida and do something in Daytona, especially if it's something fun and cheap,
dude.
Do it, bro.
Oh, cheap. Daytona's cheap. That's the other thing, bro. We stayed at this nice spot, and it was like super cheap. And then we went to this bar. Man, what was it called? Ocean View or something like that. It's like walk downstairs under there, and this whole place is just like this band. It looked like the Double Douche from Roadhouse.
The
like
Double
that
Douche.
That look, like just dark, no windows. But then then there was an outside part that was to the beach. It was just fucking the best kind of trash. The best kind of trash. Highly recommend it. Sorry, these protesters.
I'm sure if you keep turning the camera around, we're gonna find somebody cool.
Good chant, retards.
Yeah, because they can't.
That's
even get
catchy.
It in sync.
It's a catchy stand, you know. Yeah, this is a real serious protest.
Pikachu there?
Because it's a serious protest. Did you not just hear what Royce
It's a
said?
serious protest. That's why there's a Pikachu there.
Okay.
Pikachu's the most serious Pokemon.
Plus, he's like out of scale. Like that's not how big Pikachu's are.
No, these people are very small.
Definitely gonna stop Cheeto Hitler finally.
Yeah, bro. If only Europe had those guys in the 30s.
Those guys wouldn't be allowed to be alive in the 30s, okay?
Well, to be
I
fair,
know that's why I wish they would have been there in the 30s.
To be fair, Virgie, they did have them in the very early 30s.
Oh, it was by
And
like
then,
38.
yeah,
They
and then-
didn't
and then
have
there
them.
was a guy that came along and said, "Hey, I don't like this." Hey, we're on YouTube. That's all I'm gonna
You
say.
can say that. He's allowed to
He
say
said,
that.
Hey, I don't care for this."
You know what he did like? Hot Argentinian women, as we've come to find out.
Who doesn't?
You know, at this point,
Hey
you
there,
still could be
Ileana.
At this point, you still could be describing Winston Churchill, so who knows?
You're right. Honestly, even with the Argentinian women thing. I mean, no, seriously.
Again, the Argentinian women thing does not narrow anything down.
It doesn't.
For anyone ever on the planet.
I guarantee you, if you went to Argentina right now and you met an Argentina 6, you'd be like, I would marry this
Yeah,
woman.
yeah, because she could cook.
Mm-hmm.
ROTCstore.com if you want to buy our merchandise, guys, buy our swag.
And you do want to buy
You
some.
wanna
Magic.
buy
You
some.
want to buy some.
The stock market is crashing, but you want to look fly while it's happening. ROTCstore.com. And also, guys, take your money out of the stock market and invest it in our Revenge of the Sis locals and Patreon. That's revengeofthesis.locals.com, $7 a month. And also patreon.com/we're-not-sorry. You get the same content, which is every Wednesday show that's just paywalled. Half a Friday show, which is also behind the exclusive VIP paywall. And also exclusive exclusive stuff that's just for you guys, like our movie riffs and the backlog.
Please make sure that we don't have to put out a fucking meme coin. I don't want to have to put out a meme coin.
We don't want to do that. Oh, and you also get all the audio versions of the podcast with no ads. So those are all the benefits for $7 a month. $7 a month, you keep us going, and we do appreciate it. We'll be right back. Stay where you are.
days, running a small business can be a big challenge. Whether we're receiving a flower delivery for unclear reasons, or raising the blinds and flipping over the open-closed sign, which is how I spend most of my workday, or even making a latte for a black woman, an iced tea for a white woman, and a coffee for a gently brown guy who could go in a lot of different directions. We've got our hands full. That's why Chase Bank is here for us. When this man in a suit from Chase Bank came down and shook my hand at my place of business, it really solidified what we'd already talked about at his office. Now we're looking at a laptop like my stupid little coffee shop is going to be a big disruptor in the online space. And my Chase business card allows me to make those emergency purchases that I lose sleep at night over. Chase understands my business the way they understand all businesses, as a huge reverse funnel that shoves money upwards to them. Hey, another flower delivery. These'll look great in the bathroom while I'm pooping blood from the stress. Now I'm flipping over that open-closed sign again. Is that a new stadium with Chase's name on it? How'd they afford that? I'll be in this bathroom for a while. Better toss it to the announcer.
At Chase Bank, we're about more than just foreclosing on American servicemen while overseas. We're about small business. So when you think of Chase, don't think of the 2008 financial crash. Think of your local sympathetic...
An hour ROTC, thank you for staying with us. We really appreciate it, especially if you signed up over the... We had a couple of people sign up over at locals.revengeandassist.com or patreon.com/we're not sorry. You got to sign up in each one, which is... Thank you. We appreciate it to the new people that showed up. And, being one of the top shows, being the top show on the Rumble Creator Program means that we have certain luxuries around these parts. And that's like, not being accused of raping somebody. So, there's that. There's that.
And it's not just one,
You're right, it's more than one. You want to see one of the dumbest women I've ever seen in my life?
My name is Gracia Martinez Rosas. I am an immigrant. I am undocumented.
Ma'am,
I don't think you know who Tom Holman is. Shut up. Good luck, Yammer. A fat Hispanic woman's going to shut up.
My name is Gracia Martinez Rosas. I am illegal. I live at 312 Pine Street.
My name is Gracia Martinez Rosas. I am an immigrant.
I work in the Safeway in Houston.
Houston.
I am undocumented, unafraid.
You should be.
Yeah, I would be a little afraid.
Queer and unashamed.
Of course. You're all of the
I
things.
was worried if she liked to mush her fucking pussy.
You're all of
against
the
another
things.
pussy. Super important to me. Before I know anybody about anyone's political views, I go, hey, what do you do with your genitals? Come on, what do you do?
I hope she gets I hope they make an example out of this woman because they need to send a message. Like, you're gonna do shit like that? All right, Holman should be there personally. Him and what's her face, the dog killing bitch. They should be showing up.
Chrissy Nome,
Dr. Phil, all of them.
Also,
and also Dr. Oz now. He's part of that too.
Nice. Can we get Steve Wilkos? I feel like he would fit in the mix. If we're getting all these daytime TV shows,
I'm with you.
He would actually fit in with Ice. He looks like a guy from Ice.
Yeah. And we get Geraldo Rivera, who looks like someone Ice would go after. This is Miami Beach Pride kicked off this week.
Also happening today,
Remember, Miami Beach, no blacks, only gays.
Yeah, they love
That's
the
the rule.
gays.
That's the rule.
Well, let's be honest. Tourism towns, what would you rather deal with?
No, I agree.
You know?
I'll tell you who tips better.
Also happening today,
And they usually don't leave the place totally trashed.
No, unless you're a guy's asshole. It's pretty
I
clean.
mean, there's going to be some, probably going to be a little bit of lube cleanup, and there'll be some pretty fucked up hotel rooms. But overall, I think it's a good thing.
Yeah.
Pride Festival in Peru.
You know why hotel rooms are great? You don't have to lay a towel down for period sex. It's not your bed. Oh, gives a fuck.
Oh my fucking Christ.
That's horrible.
I'm kidding. Obviously, I'm kidding. But that is gross, huh?
Looks like you butchered a rabbit in the fucking hotel bed.
No.
I fucked this
Just
girl.
crushed a pussy, you virgin.
I fucked this girl on her period in a shitty motel one time, and they had the really, really shitty small thin towels.
Oh no!
Oh no!
And I laid as many of those as I could find on the bed, but that didn't really help.
soaked through like a World War II bandage.
And it was an in-town suites.
fucking head wound.
Bro, it was an in-town suites, and like we didn't even stay to check out the next day. We just fucked in the hotel, and then we left. And then
Ooh, in-town suites.
And I was like, yo, I guarantee you, they probably called the police the next day.
No, it's an in-town suites. They're used to it.
They're used to it.
You're right. They're used to it. You're fine.
Rated has begun. Miami Beach Pride is celebrating its 17th year with world-class celebrity entertainers, DJs, and special.
All right, there you go. The hot buns. What are we thinking, boys? It seems like a bunch of cool dudes are there.
A lot of cool dudes.
Special events at Loomis Park this year.
I've seen some hot chicks though.
No, there'll be hot chicks that show up to that, but you have to also be careful because there's also a lot of trans. See how I didn't do the E to be safe on YouTube?
No, it's trans, but you're right though. That's the proper way to say it.
The event includes.
And we're a show that, despite what YouTube seems to insist, are TOS compliant.
Nice butt though, and
Yes.
that's a girl, by the way. That's
That
girl
is-
hips. Those are girl hips.
That is a nice boot.
Invites guests to embrace
Listen,
their journey with the theme
She
of
knows
Alice
it,
in
though.
Wonderland.
Listen, you want to pick chicks up in Miami? If you're man enough to go to a pride festival as a straight guy, you might have to dodge a lot of bullets, but you will
Yeah.
also be a king among men because
and also you have to have your trans detection way up.
You have to be really good at it.
Because you're gonna see a few that'll really fool you at first couple of glances. It's Miami.
The voice, you can tell by the voice. Normally.
Well, what I'm saying is glancing though. Yeah. Like when you look at somebody, be careful before you say they're hot
Journey
to
with the theme
anybody.
of Alice in Wonderland today and
We
tomorrow.
don't want another Blair White situation.
We don't need another Blair White incident.
Yeah, seriously. Or chick from I Think You Should Leave.
More than 100,000 people are expected to line the street.
I don't know, bro. It seems like to me there's a bunch of cool dudes there, and we should probably go.
Yeah, just cool dudes having a cool dude time.
I don't get it. You know what?
I would have a cool, fun time with those cool dudes.
Yeah, me too, dude. It'd be fucking cool. Yeah.
Ohio, a teacher is denying claims that she tried to hire a student to carry out a murder plot.
Yeah, she was trying to pay a kid to murder her husband.
Smart.
A substitute teacher in Columbus, Ohio, faces serious charges. Police say she tried to pay one of her students to shoot and kill her husband.
This particular teacher was attempting to groom this young person into committing murder.
Authorities say 44-year-old Stephanie Demetrius offered the teenager $2,000, alleged.
That's such a low
Why
ball.
are we charging so little or offering so little, it seems? Because we were just bitching about this a couple weeks ago.
What a
we
low
had another
ball.
story.
I mean, it's the high schooler maybe. But
that-
even no, fuck that. Because it's 2025. Even a high schooler knows $2,000 isn't a lot of money anymore.
I would rather, I guess if I wanted somebody dead, I would pay more for quality and, people being at least a little discreet about it.
Right.
I guess, but $2,000, $10,000, $5,000. I keep hearing about you people getting caught. Maybe you're not spending enough money getting a good professional hitman. Like
paying-
Agent 47, it's like $150K.
Yeah, you can get him.
$250 down payment, texting the boy that her husband worked from home and providing times when they're
You just texted him on a phone?
Yeah, so like, you gonna murder him or what? Because I got your $2,000 right here. Text me back, please.
4 kids wouldn't be there. But the alleged plot was foiled when the boy's mom saw details in his phone and called police.
We're unsure.
So the kid was gonna do it.
Yeah.
The kid was gonna do it.
Yeah. Yo, this guy almost got
What
murdered.
the fuck? This guy almost got murdered.
Of the specific reason as to
I'll
why.
bet you too. The kid was spending so much time on his phone, and his mom was like, "You give me that phone. I want to see what you're doing on that phone." She probably thought it was like porn or like
Yeah.
and it's just infinitely worse.
Well, no, it could have still been gay porn.
This teacher chose this particular student. This was a situation where the parent was able to capture things inside of this young person's phone to alert authorities.
Investigators claim to have a recorded phone call where the would-be teenage hitman asks if the neighbors would hear the gunfire. Demetrius allegedly responding, "They don't care." In the past, she was accused of trying to stab her husband, set the home on fire, and run him over.
And she was still
so she's
allowed
a
to be.
problem.
And she was. Hold on.
Where?
Hold on. After she was convicted of that, she was still allowed to be a teacher.
And the husband stayed with her.
Yeah. Yeah, he did.
Pretty crazy.
Pussy must have been
I
immaculate.
mean, it must have been crazy.
It must have been crazy.
It must have had one of those cartoon little glimmers, you know?
Like a little ding, like when your teeth are perfect.
Yeah, I don't know, man. Because honestly, her face, bitch, looks like she should be the new Little Mermaid. Little Mermaid 2, Back in the Habit.
She looks like she could play Snoop if they did a reboot of The Wire.
She looks like she could play Snoop if they did a reboot of Death Row Records.
Case, she denies the allegations, questioning the entire story during her first court appearance.
Who is the juvenile involved in this case?
Oh, is she Jamaican or Haitian?
I always like when a black chick's ugly enough that nobody even asks me.
Yeah. No, what? Come on.
That's fun.
Even
But it's
I know.
But it's funny to me. Every once in a while, like some ugly black chick will be on screen, and I just know, I'm like, wow, I noticed a distinct lack. Nobody's going, Merch?
Well, I didn't also ask if she's a public school teacher.
That's true. That's a deal breaker for me. Oh.
ABC7 Eyewitness News.
Within 5-6 minutes, she calls me hysterically crying, screaming.
A Pomona woman scammed out of her life savings and precious jewelry after meeting two strangers on the street. Welcome back. I'm Mark.
That's got it. That's
It's
Romanian
going to be
shit.
Romanians, right? It's going to be Romanians?
Robles in for Mark Brown.
I'm Giovanna Lotta.
gypsies.
Now that woman and her daughter want to make sure no one else falls victim to this scam.
So frustrating. We first heard this story after receiving a tip from an Eyewitness News viewer. New at 5 Eyewitness News reporter Rob McMillan explains how the con artists were able to pull off the theft.
No tenemos nada.
A Pomona
We don't have anything, she said.
woman in tears, saying she was swindled out of her life savings, now left with nothing. The woman's daughter also feels guilty, saying she wishes she'd done more before it was too late.
Now that I look at it, I'm always like, I should have stopped it.
Paula Perez says the thieves stole about $29,000 in cash, plus thousands of dollars in jewelry.
She wanted to do like a kind thing for someone.
Wait, but what did they do?
And
How did they
we're all
steal
just
it, though?
like in shock.
The victim says it happened.
I don't like. I hate this. I don't like this way that the news presents things because they have to stretch it out. Get to the fucking point.
Thursday morning when she was walking southbound on Indian Hill Boulevard. She says she was approached by two women.
Gypsies.
Of course.
100%.
It's always gypsy.
100%.
Well, no, this already sounds like it because it sounds like this is going to be, I'm going to guess, one of these fake gold scams where they need to sell something quick.
Probably.
Because they're having an emergency and they watch.
One asking for help finding an immigration office, the other saying she'd won a large sum of money but needed someone with legal status to get it.
Okay, come on. That's
All right, well, hold on. I don't feel bad for this woman anymore. Because she also said, okay, I guarantee you it wasn't even just, I'm going to do something nice for somebody. It was like, I'll give you a cut. Let's see.
The victim eventually got into a silver Prius and took them to her home.
because you just do that sometimes. Here, get in.
Even if what they were saying is true, you don't invite gypsies into your house. They're like vampires.
No, well, they're not like vampires.
They're vampires.
Yeah. Any parent tells you don't go with
Wasn't the whole Vlad the Impaler thing, like, wasn't that having to do with getting rid of gypsies?
Uh-huh.
Well, yeah,
No, it was
Muslim.
Muslim.
Romanian.
What's the difference?
That was the Dracula. That was the origin of Dracula.
strangers, you know?
Same shit.
It was unusual. She said that she didn't know. She
That
just
whole
felt like-
part of Europe, we can all agree, is just fucking
super weird.
It's all
fucking
fucked
weird.
up,
Fine.
right? Like I just like it's not hard to like imagine where all these stories of vampires and werewolves came from like the 1450s. And it was because you were just coming into contact with these Slavic Eastern Bloc type weird people.
Okay, well, hold on a second. Hold on a second. I hear you, but you know what? They're not that uncivilized, okay, Mersh? Because they also gave us this.
Oh, this guy.
So, I mean, are these guys not cool?
This is so...
Bro, the women in this video are so ugly.
I know.
They're from a country where it's always cold and it always looks like in a movie when they film nighttime in the day.
And by the way, these women, you're right, they're ugly. But for wherever city and country that they're in, these are like 10s.
Look at
These
that.
are the
Look,
video
literally no butt. Look at the flatness. I want you to look at the flatness.
That is what Romania. That's what a Romanian video vixen looks like.
Yuck.
This is the ruby.
yeah.
This is the ruby rose of fucking Romania.
The tawny Katine of Eastern Europe.
Look. What are you twerking? See, there's nothing to twerk there. There's nothing to twerk there.
Bro, the worst is that other song of this guy's where he lets the women sing.
That's a cool move, though. The knee thing's a cool move. See, look. That's a cool move.
But that's what I like. I like that this has everything.
Yeah, it's a cool
This
move.
has something for everything. Everyone.
And ladies, the guys take their shirts off, too, so you get everything you want.
Everyone gets something out of this.
And then you have Romanian Ron Bennington singing. Like, there's a
Oh
lot
my
going on.
God.
It's Romanian Ron Bennington.
Holy shit.
Yeah. Look, this woman is not even attractive. Like, come on,
By the
man.
way, not even attractive, but this is the hottest woman in the video.
In the country.
In the country, probably.
Oh, shit. This is good. See, I told you. Even the dudes, bro.
Those people, man. That's a weird place in the world.
All right. Sorry. Sidetrack.
In a way, persuaded just to go in the car.
And there was a catch.
They needed for someone to have $60,000 because they didn't want to feel threatened again because they've been robbed before, like when they try to claim money.
They say that's when one woman claimed to have already fronted half the cash. Surveillance video showing the victim walking up to her Pomona home to get her share of the money.
I don't feel bad for you. You're stupid. You're a dumb, stupid person who's stupid.
Yeah, that's sorry. That's you
I
got
noticed
scammed by being
that
greedy.
Her eyes were red, her face was red, like she had been crying, but she was happy. So that's what was weird.
Bress says her mom left with the cash and jewelry and got back in the car. But her mom came back, the women apparently telling her she needed to get a utility bill or something to verify who she was, which she did. But it was all a ruse.
Oh my God.
To get her out of the car.
So they could leave with the cash.
So they could take off.
Within 5-6 minutes, she calls me hysterically crying, screaming.
Wow, you're stupid. You're fucking dumb.
I was barefoot. I run out barefoot. She told me they stole everything. They left with everything.
You're an idiot.
They've reported the theft to Pomona police, who are...
I'm sorry. Please tell me the comments are destroying her.
Can I just say...
Who leaves 35 grand in a car with strangers? Really? 25 people still are good, gullible, and stupid? Greed was her downfall? Yeah, because they probably told her they were going to give her a cut.
Yeah, of course.
Are
Yeah,
investigating.
This is like fucking... I feel like this shouldn't even be a crime, to be honest with you.
Yeah, you fell for it. You're stupid.
Meantime, they have this message for others.
Be more cautious. Don't.
You know, I don't listen. Hold on.
I don't need to be more cautious.
Yeah, you need to be less retarded.
That would be like if I borrowed his car and then crashed it, and then when I came back, I went, look, the one lesson here is we all need to be more cautious.
No, Merce would be like, Biff, you didn't tell me I had a blind spot, McFly. I could have died.
It's like, I total your car and go, we could all learn to be a little more cautious, right? Let's look at this as a lesson.
Okay.
Wow.
I'm not kidding
Can
you.
I say something?
Uh-huh.
All dolled up and doing the town, huh?
Whoa, who is this vision?
So, I want to put... I'm not kidding you, Merce.
Hubba hubba.
More like hubba bubba. You're like...
Auga.
Hubba bubba. Sorry.
I want you to look at the timestamp, Merce, to show you this is the first frame of the video. I didn't do this on purpose. I want you to look. We're at 000, okay? This is the first frame.
7.
You ready?
Wait, is this Honey Boo Boo's mom? Or which one is this?
Nah.
Have you been
she's
dying to
skinny
eat
now.
at the Yachtsman Steakhouse at Disney World's Yacht Club Resort, but you weren't sure if you'd fit?
No. I've actually eaten there, and I fit just fine.
The Yachtsman.
Yeah, it's
how fancy.
It's okay. It's mid.
It's a good. You know what though? If you're whoever does marketing, they earned their paycheck because it sounds fancy. Ooh, the Yachtsman.
Resort, but you weren't sure if you'd fit. Hey everyone, we're plus size park hoppers. We range in size.
That's how you dress to a steakhouse? Fucking looks like a Miss Steakhouse.
They're dressed. They look like those Mexican dancers that do like the fucking dances in like the town square. Yeah.
From 2X to 5X. Make sure you like this video and follow us.
These are the
We're
only
plus
women that anytime they go to a steakhouse, they're disappointed it's not a Brazilian one.
size Disney tips and tricks. On this episode of If I
Wow, you're getting huge, girl. You used to be not that big. This one's getting bigger.
Fit Size Sits, we had
I know they're all getting bigger, but she's getting bigger faster.
dinner at Yachtsman's.
Look at that. She looks like a barn.
She looks great.
Like a great barn.
Like a big, great barn. Like a big red barn.
Yeah, a big red barn.
Steakhouse. This is a signature dining experience and more of an upscale steakhouse.
Because you're on the upper edge of most scales?
And it's themed after our home, which is New England.
More like...
So is every waiter ugly?
Hey, Betsy, more like Massachusetts.
Hell yeah.
That's a good one, dude. That was a good one.
Thanks.
You just come up with that?
I by myself right now.
Hey, you think they're going to get sharing plates or you think they're going to be shellfish? Because that's New England humor.
Yeah, it's...
Okay.
The seating here has a mixture of tables with chairs with and without arms. And
thank God. I love that we get updates on every restaurant. in
Good to
America
know they
that
had
have
the
their
Yachtsman
orange
as
chairs.
Larry chairs.
If you prefer a chair without arms, you can always let your server know. This was our first time eating at this restaurant, probably
You can
because
always
it
let your server know, in which moment they'll go,
Fine.
yeah, I got you, man. Just wait a couple minutes.
is on the fancier side.
And then they have to, there's none left, so they have to go to skinny couples having a good time and do, all you see them whisper, go.
Oh, great.
And then walk back, and then he drags it. So everyone hears
Very
it.
loudly.
Mhm.
Like I always say, like Tyrion Lannister in the phone.
Yeah. Here's your chair, ma'am.
But it was Valentine's Day. They even
Oh, Valentine's Day and all the fatties were out by themselves, huh?
Oh, this was Valentine's Day.
Oh, that's why they all got dolled up so they could have a girls' night.
Oh, no, Galentine's Day.
But it was Valentine's Day.
That
They
just made
even
me sick.
Yeah, well, looking at them makes me sick.
Is that a real thing?
Yeah. Yeah, for real.
You didn't make that up.
No, I'm not making it up. Look it
No,
up.
it's a thing women do, Mersh.
I thought he was kidding.
Called Galentine's
No.
Day. Hmm?
When you, it's just you and the girls.
Yeah, I know. I fat girls. I got it. Fat lonely
Gallon
girls.
it
I
up.
got it. Yeah, fat lonely girls. A lot of skinny girls at these.
Just wet
No,
mud.
no.
A lot of skinny girls at these
No,
Valentine's
no,
days.
that's not a lot.
No.
Yeah. The bartenders at the bars they go to.
Yeah, they're pretty skinny. Because all the steps they get being bartenders.
I gotta say, man,
But-
I love how all these bars and restaurants have smartly found out a way to market to losers.
Yeah, exactly.
Like, look, we don't have enough couples to really fill up on Valentine's Day. We gotta make sure losers still come in. Need people to eat.
Restaurant.
We need some people to eat at the bar.
Yeah, seriously.
probably
I will say, eating at the bar is the best. Maria and I
best.
do it
I
like
love
all
it.
the time.
Love it.
Because it's so easy. You just walk in, the
Fast.
same food. You can talk to the person right away if you need something.
Lightning fast service.
Yeah, I
They're
love
right
it.
there. You don't wait fucking 20 minutes for them to check
Yeah.
on your drinks.
That's the best.
because it is on the fancier side, but it was Valentine's Day. They even decorated the table with rose petals just for
They
the
were edible. No, they kept telling you they weren't. They kept telling you they were not edible.
Dude, if I went out for a boys Valentine's Day,
Okay.
or a fellas times day,
Fellas times is a little better.
and like me and the boys went out and dressed up in suits because we were
Valentine's Day.
Valentine's Day, right?
I was gonna say Wienertines.
Valentine's Day.
Wiener times.
And me and all the boys, me and all my single lonely guys
Let's
get
go.
dressed up. We go out to dinner, right? And then they put rose petals on the table. It would just underscore how lonely and pathetic this get together was.
You and Frozen would look so sad.
And then we all order steaks and cups of water. And they tell us, don't put the cups of water on the steaks, but we put the cups of water on the steaks. With
Slop it up. Slop it up.
And we have to run out the door.
All right, guys, come on. This is serious.
fancier side, but it was Valentine's Day. They even decorated the table with
Of
rose
course, you make a joke about eating the rose petals.
just for the occasion. The menu consists of steak as well as other meat and plant-based options. They started us off
steak as well as other meat.
Hey, Royce, you know, I'm looking for a good plant-based option. I think I'm going to go to a steakhouse.
You know, that bread looks pretty good, though. I'm not gonna lie.
She literally described the menu the way like a narcissist does. Like she only remembered what she got.
Yeah.
It's like, hey,
Steak
so
and
what do they
other
got there?
stuff.
I don't know, steak. What else? I don't know, other meats.
onion pull-apart bread and plain rolls. But the star of this show was the roasted garlic.
Look, roasted garlic is tight. I love a roasted garlic.
What is that?
It was
So you get the garlic, you cut it in half, right? You roast it in the oven, and then you put it on your. It becomes soft like butter, and you put it on your bread. A little olive oil.
Oh, okay. I thought people were just eating straight roasted
No,
garlic. I was like, that sounds horrible.
It's for the bread.
That actually sounds fire.
It's really good.
It spread like butter on the rolls,
Yeah.
and it was one of the highlights of our meal.
Okay,
They brought
let's
Katie
go.
gluten-free rolls as well
Ugh. Gluten-free rolls. So just eat a rock.
as her own head of garlic to avoid cross-contamination.
Here's the thing then. Just don't have a roll.
Yeah, don't.
My name is Stephanie, and I started out with the lobster bisque. I don't want to say I'm a lobster bisque aficionado, but I am, and this was one of the best
You're a food
I've ever
aficionado.
had. Ashley got the steakhouse wedge salad with candied bacon.
That how did you literally made? First off, that looks amazing. But
Thank
secondly,
you. Looks
first
fire.
Secondly, way to make a salad not healthy at all.
I mean, it's not healthy.
No. But
God
goddamn, that looks good.
Yeah, that is fucking
I
fire.
eat candied bacon too,
And the egg
and
on
the
there.
half egg. Oh, let's
Yeah,
go!
that's-
I'd eat the shit out. I gotta go back there. You
Yeah,
know,
destroy
I'm
that
gonna go back. I'm gonna go eat.
Is that
You
blue
love
cheese?
this-
Yeah.
It's probably house-made blue cheese.
Yeah, it's made blue
Oh,
cheese.
come
That
on.
looks fire. That looks good. Come on.
Salad and the candied bacon was
Notice
amazing.
how the fat girl eats the steakhouse wedge while being wedged at the steakhouse.
No, she's not wedged. They don't have arms on the chairs.
Some don't.
Oh, some don't.
Some do.
Sarah had the French onion soup.
Okay.
Okay, again.
Oh, God, how good's French
damn
onion
it!
soup, boys?
Is this the best place they've been to so far?
Yeah, so far the food here
like
looks
at
pretty
least
good.
the shit they're showing me from this place has been the best.
She really liked it, and the cheese ratio was off the charts.
I bet.
For entrees, Deanna, Katie, and
we ruined it. It looked like a normal food video, and I forgot it was these people doing it. She has lollipop earrings.
Yeah.
I'm not mad.
They're probably real
that-
lollipops.
Ants on them.
Just for later.
There's ants
Just
on
in
them.
case.
I'm not as mad in this one at them being fat so much as that food being eaten by people who can't taste.
That's a good point.
I all got the filet mignon. Deanna got hers with a side of.
Did you get it well done?
Yeah.
Oh my God,
Just
she
like
did.
just like the president.
Dude,
$62 suck for 7 ounces?
Hey, by
dude,
the
filet mignon's a scam, bro.
By the way, pro tip out there, boys. If any of you go out with a chick or whatever, let's say you go out and you get a steak, right? If you want somebody to learn, or even if any of your liberal friends that get a steak and they're like, I'll have it well done, the way you train them to eat a steak properly is go, Trump likes his well done.
Yeah, it works.
And you can get more people to
nice.
stop ruining steaks.
Yeah. At least medium rare. At least medium well at that point.
Like, no.
Look, anything's an improvement.
Anything past medium, you're
No,
a psychopath.
I agree. Depending on my cut, now here's what I do. Depending on where it's from, I'll either go medium or medium rare. But it's depending on what kind of steak and where it's from.
Green beans. As you might know, she is on a quest to find the best green beans, but she said that these
Oh my God, she's huge.
were just okay. I got mine with Bernaise sauce
Yo, look at that baked potato though. Let's
Baked potato
go.
does also
Let's
look fire.
Go.
and a loaded baked potato. I really enjoyed the steak, and the Bernaise sauce was so good. Katie got hers with a side of green beans. And
I don't
an
know if it's
extra-
just me though. When it comes to a baked potato, I genuinely like once in a while I like it loaded, but most of the time I just like straight up butter if it's a good baked potato.
Yeah, I mean, but I like loaded.
Butter,
though.
salt, pepper.
A little bacon on there.
A little bit of sour cream and chive.
the hot
maybe.
honey bourbon Brussels sprouts. She loved
Oh, those Brussels sprouts look great.
everything about her meal, especially the Brussels sprouts. Sarah and Ashley both
Yo, look at that ribeye, 22 ounce. But by the way, I want to point out,
Beautiful.
that's only $1 more than the 7-ounce fillet.
Yep.
That is weird.
What a scam, right? What a fucking
Filet
scam.
fillets are a scam.
Filet mignon is always like 6 ounces. It's like $50+ and it shrinks when they cook it. It's like the
got the
worst thing you could
22-ounce
order.
bone-in ribeye. This originally came with gratin potatoes,
I mean,
but they were
ribeye's always the king.
able to switch it out for mashed potatoes. This also came with a
Wait, you could have got gratin potatoes and you opted for mashed? I wouldn't agree with that.
roasted garlic cabernet butter.
It depends on It depends on how good the mashed potatoes are.
They both thought it was delicious and perfectly cooked, but it was
Those
way
don't
too
look
big.
that
Neither of them were able to finish it. For dessert, Katie got the creme
Liars.
brulee, which was gluten-free. The presentation was beautiful and added a hint of smokiness. Ashley and I shared the signature chocolate cake. The espresso cream
piece of cake.
That's too chocolatey. I wouldn't like that.
and the ganache
I will
were
say this: I would like
One
that.
bite. I like a bite of it.
I would like that, but yeah, I wouldn't get more than maybe 3 bites in, and I'd go, oh, okay. That chocolate cake would last a week at like 2 bites a day.
delicious. This was really good. Not to mention the beautiful presentation. Even Deanna liked
Yeah, but the disgusting people eating it doesn't help.
it, and she's our harshest critic. Overall, this meal was really
Look how they're sitting. Look at them. Look at them.
So did they have to go have like a digestion sesh in the lobby somewhere?
Go for a walk. Walk it down.
good. But as far as steakhouses go, we all agree that we prefer
So you
Lake
just sat there
Elliott
making dad noises for fucking 20 minutes after your meal?
Farting on the couches. Just farting on the public couches.
Nah, women don't fart, man.
Well, yes, they fucking do. Uh,
I'm reporting to you live from the back alley of Muppet Courtyard, where we have spotted a safety hazard.
What, a fat bitch standing in front of it so no one can get in?
So we're doing, what, comedy bits now?
Yeah, aren't they funny?
Someone call OSHA. Someone's grilling on their fire escape.
That's not what OSHA's for.
Why would OSHA... Oh, I'm sorry, is it a business doing it? Because that's the only reason OSHA would get involved.
Isn't that ironic? Fire
Unlike
escape.
you look like you live in the ocean.
How will you escape the fire if the fire is on the fire escape?
If you're at the bottom, if you're waiting for me at the bottom, I'll die in the house.
Ma'am, I'm not enjoying your riffing. No, that's what she's doing. She's trying to riff, and I don't like. And I guarantee the other sloppers even were like, she wants to do this thing. We're gonna let her. We're gonna post it on the channel, and when it doesn't do as good in numbers, then we can like tell her that we can't do it anymore.
What is your plan? Go inside and throw the grill off the fire escape. That's a great plan.
Hi, I'm reporting to you live.
What is going on?
You look like a 500-pound 12-year-old. Doesn't she?
Live from the Muppet Courtyard, where we have a snow sighting.
Oh, sorry, 600-pound
Let's pull
12-year-old.
back. I'm glad we pulled back.
Holy God! I'm like watching that fucking documentary, Planet Girth.
There's a snow.
Bitch, the snowman has a better figure than you.
It's actually amazing.
Yeah.
Because his middle part is skinnier.
He has a shape.
And if he wanted to lose some weight, he'd just have to stand there in the sun.
Also, where's the carrot? Where'd you put it?
Man here. I don't know.
Not down her throat, that's for sure. She didn't eat it.
No, she's currently pickling it.
How it got
There's vinegar pussy over here.
Oh,
right.
here. Do you have any comment on how you got here, sir?
Get away from me, you fat bitch!
Man, these guys trying to do like improv is so bad.
And this snowman is like that movie where it has a ghost of was it Michael Keaton in it? Pessy, what movie was it where the snowman was alive?
Oh, sneezing. Jack Frost.
Oh, Jack Frost.
Wow.
Jack Frost ref?
Jack Frost, not to be confused with the horror movie Jack Frost, where a serial killer goes into the body of a snowman, and then the terrible sequel where that snowman comes back and then can reproduce into tiny little snowballs
And
that
hold
are
on,
evil.
that was Jack Frost too back in the habit.
Because that's one thing, historically speaking, that we love to mix for marketing is Christmas and murder.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I mean, the guy born on
Die
that
Hard.
day became popular because he was murdered.
He refuses to talk. He won't
By
tell us.
who, Royce?
Romans.
By who?
Italians.
Yep, those damn Italians.
But it's very concerning. Also,
Try an icebreaker.
I think of that.
The people who killed Jesus are a lot like Joy Behar. They claim to be Italian, but we know they're Jewish.
The weatherman. Back to you, Stephanie, with pop culture. Icon or troubled piglet?
I'm sorry. Are you referring to yourself?
Yeah, it's an autobiography.
You're a troubled piglet.
Yeah.
Story of Miss Piggy.
You're not going to really lean into this, are you?
She found her Prince Naveen and Kermit the Frog.
Okay, the thing with lapel mics is they need to be on your lapel. If not, you're going to overmodulate and they're going to pop. Super easy.
I go on this rant.
I hate when people use them.
I
as, like,
scream
little
about this
microphones.
once a week when I watch one of these videos. You don't hold a lapel
Clip
mic
it here. Clip it right here. Just clip it
It's
here.
designed to go here.
Yeah.
And pick up a range of sound around here.
Yeah.
And draw attention to those sweet tits.
Yeah,
Frog.
exactly.
But there was a scandal of brewing.
Clip them on your gazongas.
Oh, fuck. They're going to get lost in a mammary avalanche of
Mm.
fucking tits.
When she was performing in the Statue of Liberty outfit and her skirt got lost. Some might say scandalocious.
No one says that.
No, you're not clever.
Or pretty.
Others might
Also,
say
Kermit the
fashion
Frog.
icon.
Kermit the Frog isn't Miss Piggy's
That's
Prince
secondary
Naveen.
pop culture.
He's
And
a
next
Kermit
is
the
Katie
Frog.
with the breaking news.
Breaking news, the rat race comes to an end as Pizza Rizzo's is being shut down due to too many rats in their
Oh no,
kitchen.
where will
Who knew this was a
anyone
health
get
code
pizza now?
violation? Say so long, farewell to you,
She's getting huge, dude. This one's getting really big.
my friends at Pizza Rizzo's.
That's it.
So
That's
they're
the video.
doing bits, and I hate it.
Well, they have to. I'm not trying to make this as a joke. They're trying to expand.
All right, what is this now?
Oh, yeah, I'll show you.
Don't point those fucking things at us.
We've been running plus-size park hoppers for almost 2 years now. And after much consideration...
How to Be Sad and Boring, The Hater's Guide to Life. This is directed at us specifically, Mersh. I know we're not a couple other channels do it, but we were doing it first. I want to be clear. We were making fun of plus-size park hoppers before anybody else was.
The sloppers.
Yeah, that was us. But
Hey,
this
Royce,
is directed towards
you
us.
write that book? You write that book? Ah?
I wrote that book. You ready? This is directed directly towards us, and I figured this would be the last sloppers we do today.
We've been running plus-size park hoppers for almost 2 years.
That's the only thing you're running, by the way.
And after
No,
much
they run up a good food bill.
Good point.
consideration and countless comments from users
And their mouths.
without profile pictures, we've come to
No. We've been saying this with our faces. You
Yeah,
blocked us.
on a show.
We say it all the time. We're not hiding. We're not hiding.
I'm a fat guy, and I have the unmitigated gall to make fun of you.
profile pictures, we've come to a very difficult decision. We've decided to hang up our ears. Right, we've finally realized the error of our ways.
Let
We're
me guess.
grown adults.
Let me guess.
April
Let me
Fool.
guess. Let me guess. A swerve coming? Is there a swerve coming?
This is their April Fool's joke.
Adults, we
Oh.
have no business enjoying things, especially Disney World. Without kids, unacceptable. We want to take this moment to thank all of the brave internet warriors who tirelessly reminded us that our joy was offensive, that our bodies were unacceptable,
Your bodies are unacceptable to my eyes.
that we should, in fact,
Can I just
stay
say
home
something
and
for the record?
and
No, I don't
never
even want. I don't even want to say what Royce just said, because that's your bodies are acceptable. You're allowed to go out in public. You're allowed to do whatever you want. I am allowed to make fun of you.
That's the key.
Based on your appearance, we've been doing that since humans could speak any kind of native tongue. We'll be doing it till the end of time. So, I agree. You have every right to enjoy the things you want. Hey, this is motherfucking America.
Even
Just
Boston.
know- yeah, but just know that when you go out in public, there's going to be people like us just hysterically laughing at you.
Yeah.
experience happiness again. You did it. You won. Your unsolicited advice about calories and our life choices has truly been inspiring. Without
By the way, but your videos are also unsolicited to the public. We're not asking for this.
No. You put your shit out there, we put our shit out there.
That's how this works, you fat bitch.
You dumb fat bitch.
your dedication to
I like that. Royce makes a point, then I make a point, and then Royce just goes, "Yeah, you dumb bitch."
Yeah, but it's fuck her. Like, I'm so sick of it. Like, I'm so sick of this behavior from these people.
Stranger's Day, we might still be out there, smiling. And we just can't have that. So instead of...
Yes, please. No, we can't.
Smile
Because
on.
then you're fat. When I'm walking around Epcot to get my steps, then the fat ones are trying to run me over with their scooters. I don't need that.
Besides, of course we want you out there. We want to keep making fun of you. It's easy content.
Fearing
That
some joy
one's
and
face is consuming its eyes.
Yeah. Yeah, the fat is actually taking over the eyelids.
spreading positivity, we'll be dedicating our lives to more acceptable adult pastimes. We'll be
Does this bitch have a Jar Jar Binks hat?
Jar Jar Binks was pretty cool.
doing things like mowing the lawn, filing taxes, staring at a wall in silence. You know, the content that you really want to see. And
Yes, I would rather watch you guys do taxes.
another thing, April Fools. You didn't think we were going anywhere, did you? We have so much more work
Well,
left to do here, and we
can I just say something?
Work
Because you
to
can
do here?
You can tell that she records probably like 5-6 words at a time.
Yeah.
And then cuts it all together because there's no cadence.
Mhm.
But just listen to how April Fools. I'm just going to keep reading like this. There is no change in the tone of anything in the video. It's really dead and soulless.
you would never let the miserable people in our comments stop us from doing so.
Don't. Please, listen, like Murph said, don't stop. We love this. We love this.
Are so grateful for this community, and we can't wait to keep making more fun content for you. We'll see you in the park.
Not if I see you first, and I'm sure I will, based on your size.
And you won't be seeing me at the parks. I don't go to the parks.
All right.
Well, maybe. If you ever go to Universal, you might see me because that's the only cool one for grown-ups.
All right. Let's. We don't have enough time for this. We got to do this one tomorrow. But it's good. We'll do. Oh God, it's just okay. Oh, you know what? Somebody donated $20 and they sent something. Let's play that. Thank you, Pocket Sand. Donated $20 and sent this.
Have been made in regards to a violent incident involving security at a local bar in Evansville. Now, we do want to warn you, the viral video you're about to see may seem graphic to some. Now, the video shows multiple security staff members at Chaser's Bar and Grill punching and kicking Shane Hendricks several times while he's on the ground, then dragging him out of the bar while continuing to kick and punch him.
This isn't that
EPD
graphic.
says an officer who was assigned to work that bar was outside at the time handling a separate incident. We reached out to Chaser's Bar for comment, but did not hear back. And both security guards have been arrested and booked in the Vanderburgh County Jail. According to EPD, 29-year-old Sean.
Back before smartphones everywhere, you could beat the shit out of someone and get away with it. You can't do that shit no more, dude.
Some of the shit I think back that we did in the strip club business to people was highly felonious.
Of course. Yeah, I know exactly what you're talking about. I remember that shit like that back in the day. Bouncers used to throw people through tables, dude. Happened all the time.
Mm-hmm. And then if you hurt somebody at our club, like everyone would go outside and take turns beating the shit out of you.
Right.
Like everyone would get kicks in on you.
John Shell, who you see on the right-hand side of the screen, and 41-year-old Jonathan Turner on the left were both arrested Sunday. Turner has since been released. Both Turner and Shell are facing felony battery charges. And Evansville Police Chief Philip Smith issued a statement on behalf of his department regarding this incident. Chief Smith says there was an off-duty officer working at the bar, as we mentioned, and they were outside.
Okay, Pessy, I'm going to challenge you here. I think maybe you can figure it out.
What's up?
This guy looks like a British actor, and but black hair, and it's bothering me that I can't remember who he is. Probably in some Game of Thrones stuff, any sort of period piece stuff he's in.
Oh,
See if you can figure it out.
Are you talking about Nicholas Hoult?
I don't know if that's. Who
I might be wrong. Hoult. I might be wrong.
No, older. Someone will figure it out.
Incident. Chief Smith says there was an off-duty officer working at the bar, as we mentioned, and they were outside and did not witness the violent event, but were told by the security staff that the victim reached towards a bartender, causing the bouncers to intervene.
There it is. Boom. Somebody got it. Burn Gorman.
Damn.
He got it. Someone got it.
Wow, in the chat room.
Who pulled that up?
Fuck, hold
Who's
on.
the
I'll
artist?
tell you. Burn go. Wow, how did this guy fucking Angel Bunny 84 got it. Angel Bunny 84 got it. Wow, fucking wild. Okay,
see him?
Yeah, I'll pull it up.
That was insanely autistic.
Oh, that dude. Okay.
This guy, yes, this guy.
Yeah, where do
What's
I
the
know
other
him
guy?
from?
He's in a bunch. Oh, here you go. The movies. He's in Watcher, Pacific Rim, Beetlejuice, Torchwood, The Offer.
I think I know him from TV.
Game of Thrones. He was in Game of Thrones.
Okay, but
Probably Game of Thrones.
I know.
Where's the other? Oh.
That's crazy. That was a good guess. I would have never guessed that.
The Expanse. Oh, he's in The
Yeah, I don't know
Expanse
the
too.
fuck
That's
that is.
right. Yeah. Okay. Well, whatever. You know what? Somebody else. I'm fucking amazing that somebody got that. Not just got it. So fucking quickly. Wild. Okay. Anyway.
On to say the actions of the bouncers beyond
Stryver from The Dark Knight Rises. The guy from he was in The Dark Knight Rises.
on taking the victim to the ground were
Still not
unreasonable,
where I know him
brutal,
from.
and illegal.
But yeah, this
going
guy,
far
I'm looking
beyond
him
what
up. He's
someone
been in like everything. Yeah, this guy works.
in charge of safety should be doing to keep order.
It's not the
He
pedo
continued
dad
saying
from
that the
Happiness.
officer assigned to the bar reviewed footage and saw no indication of the victim being aggressive and began an investigation. He says although the investigation is still ongoing, they are seeking justice for the victim. You can view the full statement on our website at WEBB.com.
I
Meanwhile,
won't be
several
doing- I shan't
Evansville
be
residents
doing
held a
that.
protest outside that bar Sunday to bring awareness and justice for Shane Hendrick. As protesters gathered
All
along
right, but
West
there's not
Franklin,
enough. What is the story here? Like,
Yeah. What was he doing?
chanting justice for Shane while holding signs showing Shane lying in a hospital bed.
Oh,
44 News spoke to his father about the violent encounter.
Okay. Let's see.
My son is still in the hospital.
Okay. Look at these people though.
I feel like your son did something.
This is like white underbelly. People.
I definitely. It sounds like these fucking bouncers. Like, look, I'm gonna be middle of the road. I'm gonna Tim Pool this thing. I think that this guy was up to doing something obnoxious and had already been warned. And that being said, but I also think that these fucking bouncers probably were a little too tuned up on something and got a little too carried away. Because I would have fucking lost my mind. I never had security in my later years of managing ever do some shit like that. I would have went nuclear and be like, what the fuck are you doing? Like, and I've seen some ass whoopings before, but every one of them was justified. It was always like somebody sucker punched one of my security, and then they start Donniebrooking the shit out of somebody, and I'm like, that's why you don't hit my security guys. But if you just, all I see here is the guy at the bar, and they're like, and they just drag him the fuck out and start kicking him.
And you know, and the problem is that this protest in front of Chasers are really impeding the business of the business next door of the West Side Nut Club.
Well, no, actually, if anything, it's probably doing gangbusters for him.
Hey, we have to go to nutclub.org.
You got, but now you can get some nuts while you're doing your protests. You buy your nuts
Hospital.
right there, fresh.
He's missing teeth, and
He's missing teeth, man. They fucked this guy up, huh?
he has several fractures on his face.
Oh, Jesus.
And hopefully he can be released today. My stomach's still a knot. And I'm just trying to remain calm.
Man, they beat the shit out of that guy, though. Fuck.
I mean, it's again, it's one thing you really have to choose very wisely who your fucking floor guys, your doormen, your security guards are, because they will put you out of business with one bad lawsuit.
Tom Rose Mercedes says, Asbun showed a Gen Z chick bitching. It's all boomers protesting. And where is Gen Z? They're spending $157 million watching Minecraft. That's where. Wait, did the Minecraft movie do good money-wise?
Oh, Royce, it's doing gangbusters.
Box office success.
Not
so
only-
that's what Royce.
Oh, go ahead.
Royce, remember the other day when you were making fun of me because I told you genuinely that I have heard from fathers who have taken their kids that it is just like the Mario Brothers movie, that if you can put aside your hate for Jack Black, it's hilarious.
I can't.
Also heard that, you know who stands out and is fucking funny in it? Momoa, apparently, as the wrestler.
Now, I've heard a little bit similar, but kind of the opposite. Now,
Also riots in the theater.
I've heard plenty of adults say it was kind of dog shit, obviously, because they're adults. But the important thing, and from what I'm hearing, is that all these kids are fucking obsessed with it and they love it. So it's like, and it's basically all just references to things that like pop the audience.
Like Minecraft?
So like every 30 seconds, it's a reference to something in Minecraft that the whole place goes nuts. It's for kids. It's fucking stupid, but it seems like it feels like at this point, whoever it was targeted to it's going over gangbusters. So it's like, as much as I hate Jack Black and I don't want him to do well.
I just hate Jack Black.
But apparently it's just Minecraft member berries. It's
Dude,
like,
you know it's directed by the guy who did like Napoleon Dynamite and Nacho Libre and shit.
Half in the bag.
Mike, did you know they still release movies in 3D?
When are we going to get better tools?
Who are you?
A Minecraft movie
so
stars
apparently-
Jack Black, aka the world's most embarrassing sellout. It also stars
All right,
Jason Momoa, Tasty from Orange is the New Black, and some kids. Many such cases. This film is a romperoo film, adventured. It was directed by the guy who directed Napoleon Dynamite and was written by 9 hack screenwriters. And much of the film was created by an AI nightmare machine called iGouge. That's a Microsoft AI. Microsoft created iGouge.
Okay.
The last line. When will the Lord take me? That's my line. I'm sorry, I forgot that.
Full disclosure, we did not watch the entire film.
Pussies.
They're doing a 32-minute review of a movie they didn't even get through.
All right, we're done with our show. I'm going to go watch this when we're done. That's really funny. Pixels. Bern Gorman was a doctor in Always Sunny when Charlie took the intelligence pill.
Oh, he was.
Oh.
The Flowers for Charlie?
Yeah,
episode?
that's where you know him from. Man, I can't believe that person was Bern Gorman like that.
That was a good call.
Level of
Somebody's got a crush on him.
President of the fan club.
Bern Fans Fan Club. Let's see here. Mersh. Nightwave?
There will be a Nightwave tonight at 10 p.m. So you guys should be there for it. That'd be cool.
Pezzy, you next?
Yup. Yes.
You streaming tonight, Virgie?
I don't know, man. I don't know about anything anymore.
You have kids. Are you streaming?
Yeah, probably.
Cool.
Probably just so we can get away from those kids.
Yeah, I know. As for me, 10 a.m. tomorrow, our Daywave. Go check it out on Rumble and YouTube. Okay, bye.
Get out of here. You filthy animals.
RevengeOfTheSith.locals.com, Patreon.com. We're not sorry. I put the wrong one up. There we go.